I'm back! Okay, I've just got back from interrailing for 16 days with my brother. I'm going to be unpacking my bag and showing you what I brought, what I was pleased about bringing, and what I regret bringing in my 16 days interrailing. So first of all, the bags that I took were this 45-litre Osprey bag, which I bought new, which I'll also be talking about. I also bought a day bag. So when I started the travels, I just had everything that's in this day bag either in the main bag or in a bum bag, and then I just scrunched this up and had this in the side. But honestly, when I got to the first destination, I put everything that I needed in here, like accessible throughout the day. It made it easier on trains if I had like another bag that was accessible, and I could just put this one up in the storage bit. So that was really useful. Highly recommend having like a day bag, a little rucksack, or a little bag that you can just put your essentials in. So just going through this one quickly. So what I would have in here is purse, obviously, sunglasses. This is my drugs bag. So in here I had everything from ibuprofen, paracetamol, antihistamine, plasters, and then something really useful that I took in here were sachets of salt and pepper, because sometimes in hostels they just don't have salt and pepper, and if you want to cook, it makes it taste a bit better. So I had a bunch of sachets in here. I actually ended up using them all up, and I had to buy some salt, but I definitely would fill that up for next time. I also had some tea in here, and these as well. I didn't have to use them, but really useful to take is those pad things that you put, like if your shoes are rubbing, so you can put it on your heel. Also, I've literally just got back from traveling, so I'm still in the travel clothes. I still got the braids in, I haven't showered, but I needed to do the unpacking. I've also got a hairband in here, nail file, Rennie, and a pen. A pen really came in handy actually, because I wrote a bunch of postcards. So that was really useful, even just having it in like a little contained bag. Next, highly recommend power bank. I opted for the more expensive, heavier one, because it gave like 4 full charges, I think. I tried to charge it up, you know, as and when I could, but this never ran out while I was away. And for long trains that didn't have plugs, or if you're out and about and your phone runs out, the thing is everything's on the phone, so this was so essential. I think this was £30 from Amazon. Adapter, a must when your UK plugs don't fit into the European ones. Hand sanitizer, a must as well. Some of the trains were not very nice or didn't have soap, so this came in handy. Headphones, so I just got the earbud ones. I was debating whether to take the headphone ones. My brother took those. I don't think they were too annoying for him, but these were just better for me because they're light, they fit in my bag. Playing cards, we actually bought these while we were out there, but we played them pretty much every day. Passport. I brought a book with me as well. This was nice when you're on a long train. I didn't want to be with technology, so I brought this, The History of Europe in Bite-sized Chunks, so I could read about Europe. Not the most like page turner book, but it was just nice to have a break from technology. So highly recommend a little light book or Kindle. I brought these while I was out there. These are reusable cutlery. So these are really good because I got a lot of fruit cups and stuff while I was out there, or yogurt, and I didn't want to keep using the disposable forks that they give you, so I just bought these. They're really light, easy to clean. One of the things that I didn't bring was Tupperware. I don't know whether I really would have needed that, honestly. Maybe there was like one time I could have used it, but I think it just would have been too bulky. That was pretty much everything I had in my day bag that was really useful. Now let's go through the beast. Okay, so starting with the side pockets, I didn't take my reusable water bottle. Now I think this was one of the things that I did regret not taking, but if I had taken the reusable water bottle, I would have taken a plastic one or just one that was light, because my one is metal and it's quite heavy. I did use these side ones for water bottles. Right here I've got some snacks. I've got nuts. I was trying to find a bag with these side bits, with these side pockets, because I thought they would be really useful, but honestly it wasn't like a big deal, honestly, because I had my day bag with all the essentials, and it's kind of hard to reach around here. It's kind of awkward, so I don't know if it's that essential to have these pockets on the hips. I also had a cap that I took, which again I didn't really use. I think it's just because it's just a cap that I wouldn't normally wear anyway. I think that was one of the things, if you don't wear it at home, you're probably not going to wear it while you're travelling. The other side, I kept a lock. This was a necessity because every hostel has lockers and not all of them have locks. So having a lock was really useful to lock up your stuff during the day. Moving into the big bag. So my bag's good because this side opens all the way down. This side annoyingly doesn't, but at least you can like open it up quite wide. So starting out, I have my bum bag. Now I used this in the beginning when I was doing the travel days, so to put like passport, tickets, phone, anything in here. But I just eventually ended up putting everything in here, so this sort of stayed in my bag. However, it was really useful to have a smaller bag for like nights out, instead of taking the rucksack with me. Next is my wash bag. This is pretty self-explanatory. Toothbrush, moisturiser, razor, deodorant, and then something that was really useful in here was my travel wash. So I used this to wash some underwear, some socks, when I didn't want to do a whole laundry load. I think we only did one laundry load while we were out there. Sometimes it's just easy to just wash a few things in the sink. Although I did take 2 of these bottles and I only used 1. Packing cubes are the best thing ever. I was unsure about taking packing cubes. I was thinking, is it just sort of, you know, consumerism, something else to buy? But it kept me so organised. It was so easy to find things. I kept all my tops in one, all my bottoms in another, and then I had some shoes in this one. So in my shoe bag, I brought a pair of flip-flops. I did not regret bringing these. These were really useful. Going to the showers in hostels, but also, when else did I wear them? Also going to the baths in Budapest, because you needed to wear flip-flops there. So these were really useful. These were like £1 from Primark. And then I brought my Birkenstocks. I think I only wore these a couple of times because I just kept with the trainers. But they were useful to have when it got really hot and I just couldn't bear to have the trainers anymore. So I would recommend taking like a sandal pair, especially in the summer. Then what I would do is the night before we would leave a hostel, I would pack the bag. So my pyjamas I would just put in loose. So I just had some like little shorts and just a loose top for some pyjamas. And next is this little sleep pack, which was again amazing purchase. Had a really good sleep mask, nice and thick. Also came with earplugs, which were actually really good ones. They're kind of a necessity in hostels. Next, jumper. I did use this a couple of times, but it was quite hot while we were out there, so I didn't really have to use this. Next was, this actually came with my packing cubes. It's like a little drawstring bag, like wet bag, and this was really useful for all my dirty clothes, which are ready for the wash. Okay, next. Right, going through the clothes. So, I brought 3 crop tops, a t-shirt. I didn't use this t-shirt. I mainly use these type of crop tops. These shorts were great, so light. They were a really good purchase. Oh, I brought a little linen top. That was good, but I couldn't really wash it because we were doing a wash with colours, so I wore it maybe twice. And then I just brought another shirt. I took a bunch of socks, bras, pants, and then 1 bikini. Didn't need more than that, honestly. Okay, then trousers and dresses. I brought a maxi dress. I only wore this once again, sort of because I was saving it to wear, but I could have worn this more than once, I think. These trousers were great, just a light pair of trousers. I was really careful not to get them dirty so I didn't have to wash them, but these were nice just to have a pair of trousers. Oh, this was a controversial one. I really wasn't sure about bringing these, and honestly I didn't use them. Jogging bottoms in the summer in Europe. Didn't need them, honestly. Another thing which I didn't need or use were leggings, but I don't really regret bringing these because they're so small to pack, and you know, if I'd wanted to do a yoga class or it was a bit chilly on like the trains, like these would have been a good one. Okay, next, I did use these like floaty trousers when it got so hot, and actually I think this was a rain day because they dry quite quickly, so I wore these when it was raining. Pretty dress. I wore this as well. Again, these were sort of like, I'm saving these because I love them, but then I just didn't get around to wearing them because I was sort of saving them for like the right time. Denim shorts, again, I think I wore these a couple of times, not loads, but glad I took them. I took lots of hairbands as well, that was really useful. And oh, these were amazing, linen shorts in Budapest. It was so hot, I just didn't want to wear anything. Which is basically these. The rain jacket, again, it was sort of like, it's gonna be really nice weather, like, do I even take this? But it did pour with rain one of the days, and this was definitely needed. So glad I took this, it's always good to have. Okay, next was microfiber towel. We used this in our first hostel because some of the hostels charged for towels. But honestly, after like using this a couple of times, it was like, I just want to pay for a towel now, because it's not the nicest thing to use. It depends, whether you're on a real budget, get one of these, because you will have to pay at some hostels for towels. These aren't like the best. But then saying that, this was really good for taking it out for days out. We actually didn't go swimming anywhere, but if we had, this would have been really useful. And then just at the bottom was the rain cover for the bag, which again, it poured with rain one of the days, so I'm glad I didn't take this out, because I would have had wet clothes. Tote bags, again, useful for days out, shopping as well. I'm glad I took both of these because we used both of them. So that was everything that I used for 16 days traveling Europe. I hope that was helpful. As I say, I think most things I took I did use. There wasn't anything that particularly stands out as like, oh, I wish I hadn't taken that because it took up so much space. Okay, well, I hope that was helpful. I'm gonna put a link to all of the useful things that I brought in the description. But let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Bye.